You guys know the drill by now. This is the part where I say, dang, Mattel never gave us what we deserved from the Mater's Tall Tales Cars Toon line. You know, Mater Private Eye, Air Mater, Tokyo Mater, El Matador. There were so many missed opportunities from all of those shorts, but thankfully we have customizers, you know, and I really go on and on about it. But today, this one is really special to me because Mattel did Zip Zero Nada from Mater Private Eye. And that is the only short where they didn't make a single diecast from. They even did Time Travel Mater, which came after Mater Private Eye. So it's very strange. Thankfully, though, the Disney store did do this 3-pack that you see in the background. And there are a couple like mini racer versions, kind of like Mattel did a Lieutenant Lightning McQueen in the minis. And they also did like a Police Mater, which is really weird. Has nothing to do with Mater Private Eye, but I don't know, it kind of coincides with that idea. And so yeah, to have a custom of Mater Private Eye here in the Mattel 155 scale line is awesome. I've had this custom for a while, and honestly, I had it on my video schedule in 2020 during the lockdown and all that stuff. I had it to come out sometime in like June, and I got really busy because I was able to start working again after, you know, of course, the lockdown, and I just never got around to it, but we are getting around to it about 2 years later. I know, I'm sorry, but better late than never, right? And so there's a picture of Mater Private Eye from the short. Now, of course, he starts off without the bandage on, but when Clyde knocks his headlight out, he has to put the bandage on. Like, I don't know how that works. Like, does it ooze out? Does it hurt? Could it get infected? Maybe it could get infected. I guess that's probably the best way of rationalizing why he needed a Band-Aid. But yeah, the version that I have here has the bandage, just like the Disney Store version. I don't know who made this custom, though. I really don't. I think it was somebody... I think I know who it was, but I'm not entirely sure, and that person's like not even on the community anymore. Like, they completely have disappeared, so there's no sense in really talking about them. I'm sorry about that. You guys can't go to them and ask for one because I'm pretty sure the person is just, you know, up and disappeared, as one may say. And so we're going to dive right in here. I want to start off by talking about the expression. Whoever made this custom did a phenomenal job with it because it fully epitomizes what Mater Private Eye looks like in the series. Now, it isn't perfect. You can see that the paint's like a little wavy. It's not super crisp, but because it's so hidden under his fedora there, it doesn't really matter. It just gives off the proper vibes. I am a little disappointed he used such a dark gray instead of like the gray he used for the rest of it, but honestly, it's not, you know, again, that big of a deal either. I don't really even know what version of Mater he used for this because you can see it's like cut. Like, there's half of the base here in the back is missing. It must have been a factory custom because it doesn't even have like Mattel base markings on it. You can see it just says Disney Pixar China. So a little confused about that. There's also a very distinct line here between the like mouth plate and the main metal body. I don't know, maybe that gives us a clue. Like, the expression here doesn't even match like a typical Mater, you know? Like, here's your typical Mater, and his teeth protrude way more than they are on Mater Private Eye here. So, interesting things. I don't know how they made this custom, but it's very, very well done. And you can see the bandage there. It's not, again, perfectly painted, but I don't think it has to be. Like, a bandage is probably going to get torn up a little bit. You can see he did paint that headlight. Painted all the rims as well. The fedora is the best part too. Like, this is such a perfect hat. Again, no idea where they got the hat from, but it fits. Could be a slight big. Slight big, yeah, that makes sense. A slight too big, but I think it, you know, gets the job done. It looks great. I think the towing cables also had to be painted gray here in the back. And then there is the bumper. No license plate. He probably should have the A113 license plate. I guess that can be a little bit more critical when I don't know who the customizer is. I'm just kidding. I'm always honest with you guys. Like, if I have a custom and I think that, you know, something should have been different, I'll say it. But, you know, it's still gotta be nice. So yeah, this is a gorgeous custom. I'm a big fan of it. It really kind of fills that hole in my collection for Mater Private Eye. Even though I do have the Disney Store stuff here, the Disney Store stuff just doesn't really do it for me. Now, I do like the Disney Store Mater Private Eye here, and I'm so happy that they made Big D. So I have to give it to the Disney Store. It's probably some of their best releases. But I don't know. The expression's okay on this one. Like, it's not the worst in the world. It's definitely not the worst. Like, the Disney Store has done far worse expressions, but I don't know. They always kind of struggle with the eyes. But there you go. You have the bandage on him there. Looks obviously a little bit better. Like, everything here is painted much better. But you can see how close this hat is to this one. They aren't the same. I know you might initially think that they are, but they're not. Are they? No, they can't be. Like this one, they look so similar, don't they? But this one's like a darker gray and like the black band's a little thicker. I don't know. I guess it's conceivable they're the same, but this one just looks a little bit darker to me. Plus the Sacrifice of Mater Private Eye from the Disney Store. That takes guts. But I guess he could have found one in a lot that was damaged or something, because I'm sure I actually do see a lot of this guy in lots where he's a little damaged and whatnot. But yeah, I guess the red taillights are inaccurate because the entire short was in black and white. So that is, got you there. Something you don't really think about, but it is true. The Disney Store got it down though. That's why they made the lights back there gray. And I do want to show them with a couple other Maters here. Like, none of them are even close, but this is probably the closest hat. Of course, this is the Materhosen from Cars 2. A very underrated, perhaps I say forlorn version of Mater. Only released in 2013, and it's really a great release. You know, he's got the barrels back here, feather in the cap. He's got the straps. Like, he looks awesome. Great expression, too. And then the other one I brought out was Mater Private Eye, which again, not similar really, but same color hat, I guess. Nice, nice, nice. Now I do have this Tomica version of Lieutenant Lightning McQueen, which also is technically inaccurate because it's in color. I don't know why they did that, but again, they must have just... I don't know, maybe they thought it would pop a little bit more, it would sell better in color. Maybe they thought because they aren't doing like a Mater Private Eye set, people could get confused if they did in black and white, you know, seeing it separate from like the short. Like if it's not attached to the short, people might wonder why the heck did they do it in black and white. So I guess I understand it, but it's nice to have this version as well because it's definitely more in scale. Even though it's still a little small, these two look really good together. Here's the Disney Store version of Lieutenant McQueen, which is also okay. Like the expression, I'm not a big fan of, but again, I'm glad that they did it. And I like the logo on the side here. Lieutenant Detective Police with the bolt in it. That's so cool that they add the bolt in it. But that, of course, the credit for that goes to Disney and whatnot. Now, the Disney Store also did a color version and metallic version of Lieutenant McQueen in a multi-pack here. Or it might have also been released as a single, but you could see like the Spectraflame sparkle in his paint there. Whereas this is just like a flat gloss. And obviously now it's in color. So pretty cool stuff. I do like how they did the sirens up here in blue and red. Nice. And then, of course, the last one I want to show you is Big D. This guy's amazing. One of the coolest designs for a character, you know, in the entire Disney Cars universe, and yet Mattel couldn't capitalize on it. Honestly, they probably could have just reworked Santa Car's body a little bit, like tweaked it a little bit, gotten rid of the sleigh, not the sleigh, but the like sled part, the skis. Because I know that Santa Car has like the double tires here. So it's really disappointing that Mattel didn't do that. But, again, thank God for the Disney Store. I love how his license plate's just straight D. Like, that's all you're getting. California 47, D. And his expression's pretty nice. Like, that matches how he looks in the shorts. Do wish he had a bigger role, though, because he only really shows up at the end. But yeah, these all look pretty nice together. Like, I feel like if you combine, like, all three brands here, you have the Mattel Custom, Tomica McQueen, and then the Disney Store Big D. They all look really good together. And then before we go, I wanted to show you this factory custom. I literally just got in today. I wanted to have it for the Giga Haul Part 5, but it didn't come in time, and so I wanted to show you it now. It's really a beautiful, beautiful factory custom here. It's Mater in the Rusty's wrap, so you can actually consider this to be canon because he appears like this in the end credits of Cars 3. But it truly is just kind of like based on the Tomica version. Like, that's how the customizers in China do a lot of their factory customs these days. Like, they'll just copy the decals off a Tomica release and then translate them onto a 155 scale Mattel body. That's what they're doing with like Thomasville Cruise, you know, the Rusty's Racing Wrap, Luigi and Guido and whatnot. I know they didn't do that for like Sally and Red, but it's the same general idea. But this really is a sexy factory custom. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section below, what's your favorite Cars Toon? This honestly is one of my favorites because I like the different tone they took to it. It's very different from the other shorts in my opinion, but it definitely got the least amount of love. And so we're going to try and change that. Protest, protest, protest. All right, guys, I'll see you soon for another video. Bye now.